Hey, how's it going, guys? Made a video about a month back now going through 6 of the different MyProtein flavors that I'd ordered, just sort of giving my opinion on them, what I thought, ranking them a little bit, just to give you a bit of an idea and a bit of a buying guide, I guess, just to help you out. Since people seem to enjoy that video, I thought, hell, I might as well put my money on the line again, buy 6 new flavors just to give you another comparison. Towards the end of this video as well, I'll also do another ranking of them. And I'll also try and factor in the ones I did in that last video as well, just so you have a better, sort of a better guide as to what my personal flavors are and what I would recommend to you. Out of the ones that I did do last time, there is one returning. Okay, so the maple syrup has actually made its way back in with a big bag this time. Like I said in that video, I absolutely love that flavor and would recommend it to anyone. It's fantastic, but I am really curious to see how these ones go. Let's get into it and yeah, see how they go. Alright, so for the purpose of this video, what I'm actually going to be doing is taking the instructions on each bag, okay, which is 1 scoop with 250 mils of water, and I'm actually going to be doing a half of each one of those, simply so I'm not having 7 different scoops of protein or something like that. Don't need that much right now, so I am just going to do a half serve of each, but I am doing half the amount of water, so you do still get a good idea for, the mixability and how strong the flavor is for the amount of water you're meant to use. With the macros as well, I'm going to pop up the macros here now of the maple syrup. I'm going to be basing everything off of that one except for the very last one. Now, across the flavors, they do change a little bit on the macros, but the maple syrup is sort of a good middle ground to go off, and yeah, it's the easiest one for me because it's the one that I use the most, okay? So, starting with the macros on that one, for every 2.5 kilo bag, like the one that I've got here, you do get 100 servings, okay? With the 1 kilo bags, you get 40 servings, okay? And every single serving size is 25 grams, okay? With that, you're looking at 101 calories, of which 1.8 is fat, 1 gram of carbs, of which 0 is sugar, and 20 grams of protein, okay? So it's a really, really simple macro breakdown. It is a protein. It's there to do a very specific job and a very simple job. There's not a whole lot to do with it, really, okay? When it comes to buying or choosing a new protein, the macros are probably the least of anyone's concern, unless you're looking at, a weight gainer or a mass gainer or something like that. Majority of times, it's going to come simply down to the taste, the mixability, and the versatility of it. So the different things you can actually use it in, okay? We're going to start off this one with, Brady, what's the flavor? What flavor should I pick? What's the first one you reckon?
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road. Alright, let's start with the Rocky Road, okay? So with this, got the scale out, so we do make sure that everything is, the right size, the right weight. We're going with a brand new shaker as well, that way there's no staining or flavor marks in it or anything like that. We are going with water, like I said, just because the majority of times when you're leaving the gym, that's what you have available. And yeah, brand new bags, unopened, so let's go. But as far as mixability goes, that mixed through pretty damn well, pretty smooth looking, so give her a bit of a taste and see what we think. It's not bad. It's very, very marshmallowy. I'd say that. I don't know if you've ever had kind of like jarred marshmallow spread before, just like a synthetic marshmallow kind of thing. It's what it tastes like. It is kind of, I'll say, on the ones that I've personally tried before, it is a little more on that sort of chemically side of sweet, personally. It's still fairly nice though, and I would not mind drinking that or having that in oats. I reckon in oats that would actually be friggin' amazing, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's not a bad start. It's gonna make things really damn annoying to rank things though, I think. Oh well, on to the next one, eh? So, in between each one of these flavors as well, are gonna be, completely washing out the shaker, getting, so it is completely the right flavor. Did you have anything you wanted to sort of add on that flavor? This is just my housemate off to the side, by the way, standing off like a little goof head.
I don't know, just a bit berry, I think.
Berry?
It's got like a
berry
tendency of berries to it, yeah, quite fruity.
Okay, apparently it also has a fruity berry taste. Now you mention it, I actually do kind of notice that. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. Alright, so on to the next one, guys. We are going to go with... damn it, there's way too many choices and he's making way too much noise. We'll go with the salted caramel because personally for me, salted caramel in anything is always one of my favorite things. So let's go with this one and see what we think. Just for anyone who likes the sound of opening packages like myself. Same as the last one, mixability, fantastic. It is something I will actually add with all of MyProtein's protein. They actually do a really good job with the way they blend it and the way, you know, it's made, I guess. Their flavors pretty much always mix through perfectly, regardless of whether it's with water, milk, whether you have a blender ball in your shaker or you don't. They're pretty much always perfect, and it's nice because I've had a fair few proteins over in my life that have been an absolute pain to mix, and it does kind of just take away from it and I guess ruin the enjoyability of it, because when you are dieting sometimes it's amazing just how much a good tasting, good mixing protein can improve your life and how you're feeling. But let's get trying with this salted caramel. It's good. It's good. It's not amazing. It's good. To be honest with you, I'd probably say, to me personally, this tastes a lot like the maple syrup, except a lot weaker. The flavor is nowhere near as strong, and I wouldn't probably, personally me, I'd prefer this one over that just because I like sweet flavors and I like strong flavors. Don't get me wrong, it is still nice, but it's a lot more of a subtle sweet. The maple syrup is really in your face, and you kind of know, like, instantly that it would be good for cooking or mixing with anything. This one I feel, yeah, just would not be as versatile. If you do prefer a not so sweet protein or not overly sweet protein, I would probably, I would say that over this one. But if you are like me and you're a massive sweet tooth, I would go with the maple syrup over that one. Like I said, they're still nice, and yeah, let's go on to the next one. The choices are getting smaller, but they're still not easy. Which is next? Alright, I think we're gonna go with the coffee caramel because I have a coffee addiction, and if this is not amazing, I will definitely be sure to let you know because I will be very disappointed myself. This better be amazing. But okay, you can see how far away I am from the bag right now. I can already smell this, and it smells freaking amazing. So that's a good sign. Okay. Now, if you're someone like me who has a borderline not so healthy addiction to caffeine and coffee, just the taste of it in general, I would say buy this immediately. I like this a lot. In saying that, if you're a coffee snob, which I know some people are, maybe don't go with this. The easiest way for me to describe this to you is if you've ever tried, just think of like I don't know, like the cheapest but still kind of nice instant coffee you've ever had. So for me, that'd be something like Nescafe Blend 43. It tastes like that with caramel. The name is pretty spot on with it. Personally, I reckon that tastes freaking amazing, and I reckon that is now actually up there, possibly at least top 3, possibly in contention with this one for a #1 spot. That is amazing. I love that a lot.
Which one's that?
That is not this one. That there is the salted caramel. Okay, so Rhodey's opinion on that salted caramel from the last one is, thoughts? Yeah, that was pretty much my response as well. It's a bit to me. I said it's like the maple syrup, but not as sweet. I reckon if you don't like the sweetness, like if you don't like overly sweet, I'd go with that over the maple syrup. If you do like a lot of sweetness, I'd go with the maple syrup over that.
You could definitely use a bit more caramel in that.
Yeah, it could definitely do with a little more of a hit to it.
I personally like that stronger flavour of caramel.
Like I said, me personally as well. This, however, is the coffee caramel, which I did save a little bit of. Here, try this motherfucker. Yeah, come in, just come in, have a seat with me. Bloody hell. Why not? You might as well be part of the video, you do live here. This is Brody, by the way. He's alright, I guess. Alright, let's see what you think.
This is alright, I guess, but you moved in with me. So which one is that?
So this is the caramel coffee.
Caramel coffee.
Cheers.
This smells good already.
I know, right?
Yeah.
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 I want that for my oats. I want that
I want that in my oats. I want that in my
have that for
shake.
breakfast?
I want that. Can they make a BCAA flavor like this for me? Just that, yeah. If you like coffee and you like caramel, that is amazing, and you will never regret that decision. But that's just going to make the rest of this video even harder to decide in order, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so yeah, this was the one out of this that Rody specifically wanted, and it's the one he's most excited for, which is the cinnamon Danish. I personally have no idea what a cinnamon Danish is, so this is going to be an interesting one for me to find out. But yeah, let's get into it. Just because you've hyped up this whole cinnamon Danish thing to me.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
It's not as good as I thought it would be, actually.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
But again, like with the salty caramel.
It's the same as salted. Like, you feel like salted caramel should be more caramel. Yeah. Cinnamon Danish, you feel like it should be more cinnamon. Like, it's just not as
pretty much
punchy, I guess, as you'd think.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really nice, and I would happily drink that, and I reckon that'd be pretty good in oats. But I just wish it was a little bit stronger.
Yeah, that could probably actually work with the other thing you're doing.
With the mug cake.
With the mug cake,
yeah. So with like a protein mug cake, that could work as well.
And you could add a bit more cinnamon to it.
Yeah, I mean, take everything I say here with a bit of a grain of salt, because realistically it is a half serve in a half serving of water. So of course, if you were to put a full serve of any of of the salted caramel or the cinnamon Danish into the same amount of water, or a little bit more, it would fill that, I guess, gap that we're talking about at the moment where it's not sweet enough. Really, you just got to add a little bit more or a little less, mixing liquid. But at the recommended half serving of each, they're just a little bit under sweet, I guess. Yeah. But I suppose that's probably a nice thing, because it's always easier to increase sweetness by adding more than decrease sweetness, I guess.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way.
So I guess in that sense, it's actually not the worst thing in the world, but we're insane sweet tooth. So for us, it's a little bit of a letdown. But maybe, with that, you have something to add?
Yeah, I mean, maybe for the recommended serving, they just want to cover the nutritional part of it,
Yeah.
Not the actual sweetness. So.
Yeah, again, I mean, I feel like that's just one thing where, personally, I reckon I should bump up the sweetness in them, but maybe I just have an addiction to sweet things. With that, anyway, let's get on to the next one, which will be, I'm going to pick this one, the one I was most excited for, which is the sticky toffee pudding. Cheers. Okay, it's better than it smells.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's better than it smells. And again, like a lot of these flavors we actually tried today, you've hit the nail on the head there with, it's not bad. No, it's not, yeah, first thing you said was, it's not bad. Which is true. It's not bad. But it's not great either.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
It's just like, the sweetness. Maybe we're just sweet tooth.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just consume way too much sweetness. Yeah. But I would say that to me tastes a lot like the salted caramel. And again, not very punchy. And if I was to have to choose one flavor out of the salted caramel, the sticky toffee pudding, or the maple syrup, every single time I'm going to go to the maple syrup. Is that a fair call?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
100%.
100%. It's a far cry, even though we haven't even tried it yet in this video, it is a far cry above all of those flavors, at least in that similar realm. just because of the way it flavors itself and how strong it is and how versatile that makes it. If you've ever tried cooking with protein before, like a mug cake or protein pancakes, you will have probably found out that you need a super sweet protein, because as soon as you start cooking it, it dulls the flavor out. I can't see myself using any of them for that sort of thing when I've got this as an option, just because it will hold up a hell of a lot better and it'll taste a hell of a lot better in the end. But with that, we got these two left, so the one that I keep raving about, and golden syrup, so another similar flavor.
Golden
These
syrup.
are all very similar. I think I was trying to find something that would outmatch this, and I don't think I've done it yet. But let's get to this one. So after a mini heart attack thinking that the camera hadn't actually started recording, we'd missed that entire video. Turns out we'd only missed the last flavor, which was the golden syrup. So we are gonna have to do this one again, but I'm just gonna say it up front, that's not exactly a complaint, is it?
Not really, no.
No. But let's get this one done again so we can once again give you our opinion on it. But yeah, just gonna say, it's pretty good. You went for that quick, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still fucking amazing.
That's seriously good.
Yeah, second time around, it's still fucking amazing. There.
It's literally golden syrup.
You know what? It's a problem here that we've had to try it again, because it's just reinforced that flavor in my mind. It's gonna make it even harder to pick at the very end an actual final ranking. Yeah, that's really damn good.
Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah, we'll move to the next one real quick. While he's away, I'll sort of give my little latest opinion on it, or a little more detail. This flavor is amazing in the sense that it's really accurate to what it says it's trying to be. If you've, grown up having maple syrup, or you like maple syrup in general, I'm saying maple syrup now, golden syrup, sorry. It's absolutely spot on, true to that flavor, and it is amazing. I feel like this in oats or any form of cooking would be fantastic, just because of how sweet it is. You don't run the risk of, say, like with a lot of proteins, when you do cook them, they sort of lose their sweetness. I feel like this has enough in there to sort of compensate that. In saying that, if you are someone who doesn't like an overly sweet protein, or just don't like sweet things in general, then it may be something to stay away from, because it is insanely sweet. But for us, that's insanely perfect. And pretty much what we look for with protein powder. So I got no complaints with that. It's going to make it really hard to actually finalize this list. But we're going to move on now to currently my personal favorite. We'll see after this video if it still is. But here we go. Maple syrup.
Yeah. Is what similar to it? It's nice. It's very nice.
It's still my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the golden syrup.
I know, I thought you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew you'd like the golden syrup more, and I still prefer this one more. But they're very similar. Yeah. But slightly different.
I think the golden syrup has got that
the
tiniest more push towards that sweetness.
Yeah, it does. The golden syrup is a little bit more sweeter. I think, to be honest, I like how this one is a little bit held back. I think the golden syrup would be better in things that are cooking, like cakes and pancakes and that sort of stuff, because it is sweeter. But drinking wise, I feel like it would be a lot easier to stomach a lot of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you buy only a couple flavors at once, or you buy a massive bag of it, I feel like it would be, I guess you'd get sick of this one a lot slower, because it's not as sweet, possibly. But also, in the same aspect as the golden syrup, it's very true to life flavor. Like it's the golden syrup is a very, it tastes exactly like golden syrup. The maple syrup tastes exactly like maple syrup. So it really comes down to a what do you prefer on your pancakes kind of situation, if you know what I mean. If you personally like golden syrup more, or you personally like maple syrup more, you're gonna like that one more. They're very similar, but that slight difference is really where it comes down to it. For you, it's the golden. For me, it's the maple. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay with the golden.
Yeah, you're gonna stick with the golden? Okay. So, right before we do a ranking of these ones, just a comparison between the ones we've got here, we do also have a little, I guess, additional one. And to be honest, this is probably the one I'm most, I guess, excited or curious about.
Curious.
Curious.
Yeah.
So with this order, MyProtein, as usual, threw in a few freebies. Not as good as normal, so they dropped the ball on this one for me. But we did get a sample of the clear whey isolate in the mojito flavour.
I mean, I'm probably going to be more judgmental about this one.
Yeah, we're going to be very
judgmental. Because I know how to
judgmental.
make a mojito myself.
Yeah, I mean, we both work as bartenders and we know how to do this sort of shit. So the flavour, if it's not like spot on, gonna be kind of annoyed.
Yeah.
But I'm also interested to see. I mean, this is the first time I've had like a protein water flavor. I guess like that's sort of a mojito flavored protein. Like really?
It's literally
Really? Like that's. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that on like a moral level. So let's see how this one goes.
It's made with love, sugar.
Oh, I will say right off the bat, it's a lot thick. Like it immediately like goes really thick and foamy. Like you can actually tell a difference when you shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just filled up the entire shaker straight away with foam. So, I mean, it does have more water, but this is honestly kind of like if you've ever tried shaking like casein when you have a lot of like water or milk in there, how it becomes super thick and super hard to shake straight away. It's weird. Like, legit try and shake that. Like, you can't shake it. Yeah, you literally can't shake it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, like you see, it's foamed up straight away right to the top.
Probably. It's actually not bad.
What the fuck? What the hell? That is not bad. That is good.
It's not bad at all. It's not fully a mojito to me. But it's actually really good.
But it's really nice.
Really
it's like a lemon and lime.
Flavor. Yeah.
It's just like a really nice like lemony lime kind of drink.
And you got a bit of mint in there too.
Yeah, there's like a tiny hint of mint. That's really nice.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I like how it sits in there.
Yeah, it's just
like it's actual lime in there. It's actual lime juice in there. That's what it looks like.
What is this magic? What is like literally? You look at the ingredients, and this is 94% milk.
Wow.
Like it's I know it's a hydroxylate, so it's really like if you don't know about proteins, I don't know if you do either. You're looking at mostly a concentrate, an isolate, or a hydroxylate. So a concentrate is just a blend of different protein types, so different strains of it. An isolate is is a more specific and more filtered type of protein, and a hydroxylate is even more filtered again, which is why they're able to do it with make it clear and have no color to it. It's just because it's so finely filtered. It's also the same reason that it's lower in calories, because what they simply do is they filter out more of the carbs, the fats, and all that sort of stuff. So that's how it actually works. Which does make it generally more expensive, but holy crap. The problem when you do that to a protein is it normally means that it affects the flavoring system and it makes it really hard to flavor it. But the way they've done this, and they've approached it more like a protein water, I guess, rather than a protein shake,
yeah,
it actually really works.
It's like flavored water kind of thing.
Legit, this is the sort of thing that, if you were just going for a walk on like a hot day, put that in your fucking shaker, sipping on that when you're going for, 30, 40 minutes of cardio. I could drink that doing cardio. If this was a BCAA supplement, I would drink that.
Me too. 100%.
I mean, pretty obvious to say, I would not recommend in oats. Yeah. But and as far as a drink,
it's pretty refreshing for a protein shake, I guess.
That's the thing, it is refreshing.
Yeah. Which is weird, because protein shakes are usually like quite filling.
Normally they fill you up and like this is still actually filling me up just because of the liquid volume, I guess, and there is the protein in there.
Yeah.
But it's a different kind of
as heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I drink these ones, the sweetness kind of it dries my throat out a bit, and I feel like I want some normal water afterwards. This I don't get that feeling. It's not as harsh, but it's still super sweet. Alright, well with that, let's get to the actual ranking of this. It's gonna be fun. Now I feel like for this, we're gonna have pretty much probably a very similar result up until the end, but let's start with, let's see how many flavors we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you include that. That's a lot of damn flavors this time. Holy shit. Alright, so let's start with bottom of the barrel, worst one here. What are you going? You're going Rocky Road. Yeah. I am going salty caramel.
Salty caramel.
Why? Do you have a reason why you're going the Rocky Road?
It's just I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like Rocky Road, does it? Yeah.
Not at all.
Again, and when it comes to flavoring and protein, if you're gonna call it something, make sure it damn tastes like that. It's the main reason that we like the golden syrup and the maple syrup, and it makes it so much easier for people to buy, and it makes these videos sort of, I guess, less redundant, because if your flavor actually tastes like what it says it's going to, you already know what it's gonna taste like. You don't need to listen to someone talk about it. This does not taste like Rocky Road, and it's a very disappointing one. I can understand why it's your last one. For me, this is my worst, simply because I love salty caramel a lot, and anything salty caramel. And to me, this is not salty caramel. This is just really, really weak maple syrup. Just nowhere near as good.
Just to put it out there, like the salted caramel is probably like the same place as that, so they're both.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like the bottom 3 are a really close bunch, and the top 3 are a very close bunch. Yeah. For you though, you're going the Rocky Road in last place. I'm going the salted caramel. For the next one up from that, I'm actually going to switch them. So my number 7 is Rocky Road.
Yeah.
Your number 7?
Would be salted caramel.
Salted caramel. So just reverse for us. So these two are definitely bottom of the barrel. Oh, even though you probably couldn't see where I just had that. These two are definitely bottom of the barrel. Okay. How about your number 6?
Number 6. Let's have a look. So I've got sticky toffee pudding.
Sticky toffee pudding. I'm going to go the exact same one. So this is coming in number 6. Again, the reasoning just being that it doesn't taste like sticky toffee pudding.
Disappointing.
Pretty much. Yeah, you buy these flavors and you expect it to be one thing and it's completely different. It's just not what it should be. So yeah, that's coming in 6. Number 5. Hopefully my counting's right.
Number 5. I mean, like, it's pretty obvious from now on. Eh?
I know, right? It's pretty obvious, but still.
Cinnamon Danish.
Cinnamon Danish. It was good. It was pretty good. I feel like in oats it would be really good, because it's got that. It's a sugarized cinnamon.
I feel like it's definitely something we could add to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel like it's a flavor like combination with something else.
Yeah.
Or if you just wanted to like throw it into like normal baking, like if you want to say bake a cake with it or whatever, you just want to throw it in there, I think it would do okay.
You would have like a subtle cinnamon flavor.
Yeah. But at the same time, when it comes to baking, I don't know if it's strong enough to hold up. I might actually just try it in like a mug cake just to let you know how it holds up. But yeah, this is a pretty. Again, it's better than these ones. It tastes a little more to life, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of a disappointment just because it's not very strong.
Not much.
All right. Now we're getting into the big boys. I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's absolutely bloody amazing. It kind of hurts me to put this one in this place, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Coming in 3rd is the coffee caramel. And literally just bringing that up to my face, I got another smell of it, and it makes me want to bump it up. But yeah, the coffee caramel is coming in 3rd. If you like coffee, get it. Just get it. End this video. And just make your order.
Not only you can use it as a substitute for coffee, but you can use it if you want to like replace coffee in your life.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those things.
It's
if
a good flavor.
If you have, if you're the sort of person that drinks a pre-workout, a fat burner, a morning coffee, an afternoon coffee, and it's just getting too much, or you can't sleep at night, this would be something I could say you're okay. Replace one of your coffees with it if you just like the taste.
Yeah, so
like your afternoon coffee, whatever, you replace that.
Even if the doctor just said take it a bit easier on a coffee,
yeah,
just get one of these.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cheap.
Did you also think MyProtein actually has a few different coffee flavors? And this has been enough to make me go, okay, next order I want to try more of their coffee flavors just to see if more of them are like this.
I agree.
Yeah. Number 2, and this is again where we're going to differ.
I'm going to go maple syrup in number 2.
Yep. Okay, so for him, maple syrup's coming in number 2. For me, it's coming in number 1. We already know what's going to happen here. Maple syrup, golden syrup, it's a very 1 and 2 competition. We'll do it this way because that's the one you like.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's pretty clear cut why. I'm not going to sit here and say that the maple syrup is, the golden syrup is not amazing or it's not better. It's just me personally, I prefer, and I've grown up having maple syrup more than I had golden syrup.
You know what the right question would be? What cereal did you like growing up?
I was never a cereal guy.
You never a cereal guy, but I mean like from all cereal, did you like any? You know, was there any were like, oh yeah, they're nice?
I guess like the Honey Crunch, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
or like Frosted Flakes.
I liked Honey Crunch, you know, mostly. That's why I like the golden cereal.
Yeah, actually, that does have a very similar. And another thing I will say with these two flavors in particular, if you are the sort of person, and I know because someone commented on my last video asking about it, if you do like using protein powders as your actual milk for cereals, these two would be fantastic for that as well. I don't know, have you ever done that? Where you just...
I haven't. I've done it with oats.
Yeah. So a lot of people, when they have their cereal, they'll put a scoop of protein in with their milk or their water, and then they'll use that in it, so it like doubles down the flavor.
Alright.
I reckon these two would be fantastic for that.
Definitely.
Personally, I don't eat cereal that much anymore because it doesn't fill me up at all, and I just destroy a whole box, which is why I don't do it. But I think these would be very good for it. So just to have a full rundown in order list of these ones here, I'll put that up somewhere around here just so you have it listed and you can actually know where we're going with it. How about this one? If you were actually ranking the mojito in competition with all of these, I know it's for a very different purpose and very different use, but where would you actually put it?
I reckon it'd probably come just before the coffee flavor one. So in front of all those ones.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I actually like this a lot. Yeah. And again, like I personally would probably put it as my number one, to be honest.
Your number one?
My number one. I would put this above these two.
Really?
Unless it was in food or oats, of course. So
Unless
if I was gonna have, you know, in an oats, I'm going with the maple syrup 100 times, 10 out of 10. But if I was finishing from the workout, like finishing at the gym, I actually like something kind of refreshing when I finish at the gym because I feel like crap, you know, because I've killed myself in there. I actually think this would be a really good protein to have post-workout, or if you do like just going for a walk in this, you know, in the sun or whatever, or you just feel like having a protein shake but you don't want, yeah, like, there's just something about this I actually really like. So for me, I actually say that's my number one.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, so am I.
I thought it was going to stick with the maple syrup.
I mean, for all, I probably wouldn't buy this personally again because it is a very, very niche like use case. These are just more versatile, and it's a reason that I stick with normal proteins because I can use them in more things. And I personally don't drink shakes a whole lot. My main use case for protein powder is to flavor oats. But if I was looking for just a protein to simply drink post-workout and that was it, I probably would get some.
With the mojito on it?
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, that pretty much wraps up all of this one. It's been a hella long video. It's going to be real fun for me to edit. But here, like I said, I've already put up the ranking list for these proteins. I will also include another list here that compares all of the flavors I did in the last video and this one. Also check out that last video. I have that linked at the very end, so you can go give that a look. It just goes over another 6 different flavors. I haven't yet tried any of these in oats except for the maple syrup, and like I said, that is my main use case for protein, so I will try all of these, and I'll also put a ranking order specifically for in oats at the end of this as well, because I know a lot of people do that as well and do enjoy it. So like I said, if you have any questions whatsoever regarding any of these or any flavors in general, any flavors that you do want us to try or find out about, do drop them below and let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions and help out. We do have a few other things that we did order on this MyProtein run, so we'll have a few more videos up over the next few days going over them. But yeah, these are damn nice. A little bit disappointing on some of them, and a massive I guess better than I expected on a few of them as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.